Hello everybody, welcome back to Jack on a Journey. My name is Jack and today we have got for you Copenhagen in the fourth game. Yes, the fourth game of the Champions League group stage and Napoli in the league. Look how many home games you've got. That is mental. That is mental. We've only played a couple of games between the last episode. How many home games have we had? We're going to have 6 home games in a row. And 5 home games away from home. Just have it home away. Bloody hell. Right. We've had a couple of games, like I said, since the Roma and Copenhagen episode. We smashed Fiorentina 5-1. Now, in this game, like I said last episode, I played all 3 strikers, 2 on the wing and 1 up front. And it seemed to work very, very well. Surma getting a goal, Guidi getting a brace, Scotta getting a goal and an own goal. All 3 men played exceptionally well. Hassan didn't get a goal or assist, so his rating was a bit low. But they all played exceptionally well. I had Al Hassan on the right wing as an inside forward because he's left-footed, and Surma on the left wing as he's right-footed as an inside forward. Obviously, both men prefer to be on the preferred foot side, so Surma on the right and Al Hassan on the left. But if I want them cutting inside, have a left-footed player on the right wing. It makes sense. They played very well. Like I said, 5-1. We did the same against Genoa. It was 0-0. To be fair, they weren't the worst players on the pitch. So we did demolish them. If we get the stats, we did demolish them. We just couldn't find a way into the goal, which kind of sums up our season at the moment. But today, Copenhagen and Napoli. If we win today, I think if Liverpool win, they are qualified. I don't know what I'm doing. They are qualified. And if we win, we'll be 6 points clear with 6 points to go. So if we win, we're pretty much guaranteed. As long as we beat, so Zenit would have to beat us 3-0 for us not to qualify. Have I got my maths right there? I don't know. I think if we win, Zenit would have to beat us 3-0 because it's obviously done on goal difference, which is possible in Russia, to be fair. Maybe, yeah. That's what I think anyway. My maths could be horrendously wrong, but that's what I think anyway. Let's go to the team. We're not playing the 3 up front in this game. We're going to be doing it in the next game. I say 3 up front. The 3 strikers playing all in that front 3 role there. We're going to just swap the side out a little bit just to, rest them all. And we can play it in the next game against Roma. See how it works there. This is the team we're going to go with. Donnarumma in goal. Balad at left back. He is injured, but he's got 95% fitness. And he is close to returning. So, give what's-his-name a rest. Henry, I will put him on the bench for... Where's Surma? Why is Surma not on the bench either? What was I doing when I made this team? Surma can come on for... because we've got a centre mid there. So those 2 can be on the bench. Yeah, we got Donnarumma in goal, Belade, Fadraska, Anderson Luiz and Sindelar at the back, with Neves just in front of them, and then just in front of him, Cousins, Valenta, Scotta, Pavon and El Hassan up front. I would play Guidi, but like I said, I'm going to give players a rest. They can all play up front, so they can all have a go up front when the other 2 are getting a rest and whatnot. It just makes sense. This is not the formation they played last time, was it? I can't remember. They definitely didn't play that formation. But we are at home. Obviously, we beat them 2-0? I can't remember. I only recorded the last episode 2-3 hours ago. I can't remember. I think it was 2-0. Maybe it was 1-0. I can't remember. Celtic are doing well. They're at top of their group. Fair play to them. But Pavon's in here. Al Hassan hits the post. Don't start hitting the post all the time again, because that will annoy me. Let's get the league table back up here. Celtic doing absolute bits. Ruben Neves with a free kick. Just wide. Unlucky there. Good start, but we need to start converting some of these chances into goals. Liverpool and Zenit aren't playing today, or at this time, which is a bit annoying, because I would like to know what happens. Obviously, if we win, we won't go top because of our head-to-head with Liverpool. But, it'd be interesting to see. If Zenit beat Liverpool, that is hugely worrying. Because, yes, it means that we can catch up to Liverpool if we win this game. But that also means that Zenit is still in touching distance with us. And having to go to Russia to get a result, if Zenit beat Liverpool, yes, as we go 1-0 up, it will just be a little bit worrying. And I wouldn't like that, but fingers crossed. I don't know if Zenit are home or away against Liverpool. Fingers crossed that Liverpool can, if they draw, I'll be happy with a draw. But either a Liverpool win or a draw, not a Zenit win. I would not like that whatsoever. Keepers, bloody hell, what happened there? The keeper fumbled it. It was just a goalmouth scramble, but we couldn't get the ball goalwards. Celtic must be mental. They're beating Inter 1-0 at the moment. Cousins with another corner. Bit of a poor corner, that one. In one of the games, we have Verdraska taking the corners, and for some reason I put him as our 5th choice corner taker. Don't know why. We've changed it now, so hopefully we don't ever get... It's like having Harry Kane on corners. Like, just have a centre-back on... That one time when Van Gaal had Phil Jones taking corners, it was like that. I am the Van Gaal of Football Manager. Belaid on the ball, whips it in, can't find anyone, but Valenta is there after once again a little bit of a goalmouth scramble. 22 minutes in, it is 2-0, and this is perfect. I keep on saying we predicted the scores, we predicted the results of the games, and at the moment we are doing that, which is just fantastic if you ask me. Are they getting a man sent off? They are. Copenhagen are down to 10 men, so over an hour they're going to have to play with 10 men, so I feel a bit sorry for them. Ruben Neves' free kick has gone over the bar. That should settle, that should kill the game off right there. Unless they score here, will be a bit embarrassing. Unless the team are getting complacent. No, we got the ball back. Scotter finds Anthony Louise. I thought he was going to ping it over to that right wing, but not quite. And we have got the ball again. Valenta, the man who scored 2 goals, he scored both our goals, hasn't he? Whips it in, finds Pavon back post, and Pavon can't convert it. But we are all, look at that, 72% possession all over Copenhagen. Obviously, it helps with 10 men and whatnot. And we go again. Cousins on the wing, crosses it in, can't find anyone. I seem to say that a lot. Crosses it in, can't find anyone. But it's gone all that way out to Belaid. And we're not going to see the rest of the highlight because it just ended, unfortunately. But this is exactly what I wanted. It's the exact performance what I wanted. 2 early goals. Sending off is obviously not expected, but 2 early goals is perfect. Perfect. And we're going to go to half-time. 2 goals, maybe 3 goals here if we can get another one. Belaid on the left-hand side, finds the middle. Cousins all the way over to Sindelar. What can he do? Crosses it in. It somehow stays out. I think it hit the bar, hit the post, hit the top of the post, went across goal and somehow stayed out from the Pavon shot there. And we go into the half with 18 shots to their 0, 70% possession. Don't get complacent. They may be a man down, but we can't afford to get complacent here. And we're loving life. We're loving life. Like I said, we're not top because of goal difference, because of head-to-head with Liverpool. But goal difference is looking exceptionally well. And yeah, that makes sense. If Liverpool beat Zenit 6 points from 6 games, and then Zenit would have to beat us to have any chance of going through. It could happen, but hopefully not. Blades now into the box, crosses it in to Scotter, who puts it his way for his 3rd goal of the season. Finally, a cross finds someone, and Simeone Scotter is there to bury it away. Good lad, right. Now that we're 3-0 up, I'm going to make some early substitutions just to get some tired players off so we can have fully fit players all the time, because we don't want to have players that are knackered constantly, especially with Roma coming up in the league. So Scotter can come off for Musa Pala, and then just keep an eye on the fitnesses. Belaid was injured, wasn't he? So we'll bring him off. Where is he? Belaid's there. We'll bring him off for Henry, just to give him a game so he doesn't get fully injured. And then next up, I don't know who would bring on. I don't know who we got on the bench, to be fair. I don't know if we've got any youngsters on the bench who could do wonders with 20 minutes. But Valenta's making a darting run down the left wing, crosses it into Al Hassan, but it is just over the bar. Who we got on the bench? We haven't got any youngsters on the bench. None of our youngsters, anyway. No one's particularly tired. I get Vitreska can come off, maybe. Al Hassan, maybe. We'll leave it to like the 80th minute so you can come off. And then we'll make our decision there. Sindela, just wide. Let's pause it. Vitreska's going to come off because he's the most tiredest. He's the most tiredest? That doesn't sound right. We'll bring Sek on, who can do a job for us in the last 10 minutes. And fingers crossed we don't get any injuries. Look at this. Two clear-cut chances, 5 half chances. Mental. Henry over to Sindela. Can he cross it in? He does. He can't find anyone, but Kusans has got the ball and rifles it into the back of the net for his first goal of the season. 4-0 up now against Copenhagen. And we are loving life. Celtic have dropped out because they're losing. That's a tight group, that. Tight group. 38 shots. Mental. 40 shots, 17 on target. I think it was 15 off target and then a bunch of block shots as well. But we're showing our dominance. We're flexing on them. And we all thought Copenhagen would be the whipping boys of the group. And it is turning out that way. We are at the end of the game. Can't grab a fifth, unfortunately. Al Hassan's header does go over the bar. But it has ended. Milan 4. Valenta with 2 goals. Scotta and Kusans with goals. And Copenhagen 0. Did they even have a shot? I don't think they had a shot. Passionately say, I'm very pleased. That would do the confidence a world of good going into this Roma game where... Oh, we're playing Napoli. I thought we were playing Roma. Oh, that was the last episode, was it? I thought we were playing Roma. Probably people in the comments saying, "Who played freaking Napoli, not Roma?" Was Roma in the last? It wasn't in the last episode. I got confused. Right, I got confused. Right, Napoli game. That's even better then because Roma are below us. So Napoli, we need to win if we want to go back into the top 4 because there is a gap forming, and Juventus are now back at the top. So we don't want them asserting dominance over Italian football. Then I shall see you in a second for the Napoli game where we will play Al Hassan, Surma and Guidi all together. Before we get to that Napoli game, Liverpool did beat Zenit 5-0, absolutely trounced them. So that should see them qualified, which it does. And then all we need is a point against Zenit, and we will finish second unless we beat Liverpool. It was 2-1 in the first leg, so by 2 goals, unless away goals count in a head-to-head. I'm not too sure. But it's looking likely that we're going to qualify second and get through this group stage, which is excellent news. Now, let's get on to the Napoli game. Right then, we are back for the Napoli game. I didn't want to change too much in terms of performance because obviously we played really well in that last game. But the only things I've done is we're doing Surma, Guidi and Al Hassan. And I was thinking about taking Troska out, but for Sek, but we're going to keep it the same because the defence played exceptionally well. I don't know how good Copenhagen's attack was. We never saw them. But we're going Donnarumma in goal. Belade for Truska, Luiz and Sindela at the back with Napoli, Neves and Kusans just ahead of them with Surma, Scotta, Al Hassan and Guidi as the front 4. Like I said, against Fiorentina, they played exceptionally well. Right, go. I want you to pick up. Yeah, they played exceptionally well, but against Genoa, they played all right, a bit average, but Genoa were very defensive, and we just couldn't break them down. So I'm hoping that the Fiorentina lot come out and not the Napoli lot. But Napoli are a much better outfit than Genoa, so that might be a case of they are a bit more attacking, and that might mean more spaces in the back for the likes of Surma and Al Hassan to cut inside and maybe find Guidi in the middle open or something like that. But Napoli are on top of it here. Al Hassan now with the ball running down this right-hand side. Surma is open back post, but he gets tackled. Dreadfully that he got tackled there after doing all that running. And Napoli could be on a counter-attack of their own. Muka is here. Muka. And they've fired. I didn't even know he took the shot because I was just taking the piss out of the name. Let's show some passion, boys. We start this game off very, very slowly. And we need to, like I've said before, keep on reiterating stuff. But Guidi, what the hell was that? He looked certain for that ball and just ran away. Don't head it there. I'm crying out loud. You weren't open. Just let it go. Right, Anderson for Napoli. Finds Milha. Finds Anderson to Kepekau. Capacao. He's just fired it over. Like I've said before, as long as we get points from the teams that, when we're playing badly, that's what I mean. Surma crosses it in. Al Hassan nods it to Guidi in the middle, who just turns and shoots. It's working incredibly. When we can get Al Hassan to be, because he is still young, he can still learn positions. How old is he? He's 23 years old, so yeah, he can still learn a new position. Once we get him so he's like natural at that right mid role or right wing role, it will just be... Same with Surma. Surma's a bit older, he's about 27, so it might be a bit more difficult, but he already knows the inside forward role of the left wing fairly well. I say fairly well, it's like half, that little circle's half, and the circle doesn't mean much, to be fair. But once we can get those a bit more natural at their roles, it would just mean perfect. And there's the second. Surma plays in a lovely ball into Guidi, who gets his second of the game, and both of the other strikers have got an assist to their name. I said it was good, and I'm surprised it's taken me this long to realise that they can both play on the wing. Well, when I knew they could both play on the wing, it didn't clock in my head that I could play all three. And we're getting the good side. We're getting the Fiorentina side by the looks of it in this game. Muka on the ball finds Kaplan. Muka just fires wide, and we're looking good. We're looking good. Like I keep on saying, take the points. Even if it's a draw, it's 1 point gain, not 2 points lost, because we're not letting them get ahead of us, or further ahead of us. And seeing as we were playing, we were still getting results, but we had a terrible start to the season in terms of performances, not results. It's good to see that we're still up there, 4th place, and trying to close the gap which Juventus, Inter and Lazio have formed at the top. Guidi now, lovely ball over to Al Hassan, cuts inside, has a shot, and that's what I want to see, onto his stronger left foot, and it's just dangerous looking, absolutely dangerous looking. And finally, we found a role for Guidi to do, because after last season, I was tempted to sell him, but he got lucky by the fact that we could only get 20% of the transfers, and we couldn't exactly bring anyone else in to replace him. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and look how it's turned out. He's now our starting striker in a front three that just looks lethal. I'm very happy with that. It could be the front three that wins us a Champions League title. We don't know at the moment. Ruben Neves finds Scott, and that's the end of the highlight. It made me, it baited me in to talk over the kickoff highlight. Can't believe it did that. Right, Napoli are through here. Kaplan, lovely save by Donnarumma. They put it back, but it is cleared by Luiz. I must say, I think the end of season awards, Anderson Luiz won the player of the season. Yeah, player of the season, which I was very happy about. It showed just how good our defence was last season, because Luiz was there. I think the 3 best defenders in the league were Luiz, Sek, I think. There were definitely 3 defenders. Belade was first, which I was surprised at. I think it might have been Sek. I think it was Sek was second even. And it was just like all 3 of our defenders were the top 3. And it was just incredible to see. It just showed how good our defence was. That 13 run games of not conceding a goal, which was just mental. Absolutely mental. And that's essentially what won us the league, really, because we didn't have really an outright goal scorer. Al Hassan ended the season on like 16 goals, which isn't too great for a lone striker, let's be honest. Surma obviously came in January and got about 9 goals, I think it was. So we did fairly well in the end. Obviously, Pavon had the mental second half of the season where he got 12 goals. I don't know how that's not gone in. But we've got 10 minutes left. I've been rambling that long that we've got 10 minutes left. Right, let's take players off, shall we? Miguel can come in. I will show you the lads that came through our youth. I say our youth. We're in our under 21s after this, I think, because I haven't shown you yet. And we'll bring on Caldera, shall we? Give him some game time. Seeing as he was happy with the amount of game time we've got, and then we've not played him since. Yeah, we will show you the under 20 guys that have come in just to add a bit of squad depth. A couple have been sent out on loan because I just brought in all the 2.5-star players I brought into the first team. And obviously one was a goalkeeper. Wasn't much point keeping him, so I sent him out on loan. And the other one, was a striker, I think. I can't remember. But we definitely sent 2 out on loan. There is time for another goal here. Can we nick a goal? Napoli are living dangerously at the back there. Anson Luis doesn't win it. Is that Luka Jovic that Napoli have there? Cross in, and Napoli have just fired away. That would have been an interesting time to score because, I mean, the highlight's not over really. So we don't want to concede a goal because it's a bit of a nervy time to start conceding goals. Kusans to Al Hassan, who the defender Guidi has just got his hat-trick, and it was unlucky from the Napoli defender. It was one of these sliding tackle passes that's happened, but it fell to the feet of Guidi, who gets his hat-trick, and he's just been a goal-scoring mentalist over these past few games, and it makes me happy. It reminds me of the first season Guidi we have, where he scored 20-odd goals. He's just a man on form. And with Al Hassan on 5 goals at the moment and Surma on 3, I want to say, it's looking excellent. And a 4-0 victory and a 3-0 victory. That's been quite a good episode. Right, let's quickly, before we do that, I'll say you were superb in front of goal. Let's quickly, so... yeah, 5 for Al Hassan, 4 for Surma with 6 assists. Al Hassan's got 3 assists, and then 6 for Guidi as well. It's looking good, to say the least. Right, these players to show you from the under-20s. Guilherme Miguel, he's a centre mid / cam. Like, don't expect any of these players to be like world beaters. He's 2.5 star, 3.5 star potential. He came through the Victoria de Grimas Hugh Franks. We bought him for 165k, and he slowly but surely started going through the Hugh Franks. Spent last season at Real Sociedad in the Liga. Didn't know that, so he did all right there. If we do unavailable there, so these 2 have gone out on loan. One's a centre back. He's 2-star. He'll probably be going, and he was 2.5 star. He's dropped, same as this guy, but he's got 4-star potential. So we keep hold of him. Kevin he's our third. Angelillo, he's our third choice keeper. He's on Spal, who are in the league below. He's not having a great time with things, which is not great. Andrea Stefanini. These players I don't know much about. I literally just bought them in and they haven't played yet. He's another centre midfielder, can play right wing and defensive mid. Bit of versatility for you. Yeah, another guy. Didn't come through our youth ranks. We bought him for 275k. I'm assuming this was the last manager because I don't think we've bought any youth products. From Perugia Calcia, and then he spent last season on loan at Bologna. So we probably played against him. Didn't even know he was ours. Obviously, you know about Antonio Mancini and Libarte, who played last season. Neither of them have grown. Oh, Mancini's a 2-star, so we probably should start playing him more. But they're looking good. And then last but not least, Francesco Fitiello is another centre mid. He's probably the worst of the lot. He's 1.5 star, 4-star potential. But he's just there for a bit of squad depth. He's one that definitely did come through our... Did he come through our last youth intake? He must have done. I think he came through our last youth intake, which wasn't too great. I think he was our best player, which says a lot. But yeah, everything's going very, very swell at the moment. And tomorrow's episode will be Liverpool and Juventus, I think. And then... So we're playing Liverpool. I thought we were playing Zenit and then Liverpool. Oh, that's made things fairly interesting then. We'll play Liverpool and then Juventus, and then if that means we're going into the last game. Oh, mental. If we qualify against Liverpool, then we don't need to show you the Zenit game. We can just finally start going on with the season. But if we don't, then we'll come back for Zenit and Torino. But the next episode will be Liverpool in the Champions League and Juventus in the league, which is a massive, massive episode. If you did like that, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new or you haven't done so already. And I shall see you again in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.